Hello and welcome to People, Politics and Power on Africa Independent Television AIT. My name is Odion Bello, your anchor on the program. Today, we shall be looking at the Federal Capital Territory status in the clamor for restructuring. For instance, where does the federal capital stand when we talk about fiscal federalism? The constitutional provision is that the federal capital, comprising of 6 area councils, consists of Buhari, Gwagwalada, Abaji, Amak, Kuje, and Kwali. Well, despite its constitutional status as a state, it has a senator, while others have 3. Worst of all is that it has only 1 member representing its interests at the House of Representatives. Now, I ask, who takes the blame? Maybe the FCT needs restructuring more than can be imagined. So I welcome you to People, Politics and Power.
The Nigeria of our dream, the Nigeria we need, is the united, indissoluble and cohesive Nigeria which guarantees equity, fairness, justice and prosperity for its citizens. That is our focus on People, Politics and Power. It is fresh, insightful, impactful. It's a must-watch. People, Politics and Power on AIT. Join us to build bridges of unity.
Welcome back. Now, have joining me on the program to do justice to this important question of FCT in clamoring for restructuring, I have Muritala Usman Karshi. Muritala is the supervisor for health and environment at the AMAC, that's Abuja Municipal Area Council. Muritala, you're welcome to the program.
Thank you.
Now, can you throw more light on what the Constitution says about FCT? What is the status of FCT?
Most of the time, if you are called upon to really speak on FCT matters, you find it very cumbersome or very difficult as where to start because the problems are so enormous. Let's go to the Constitution.
All right.
The Constitution of Nigeria stipulates that FCT should be treated as one of the states in Nigeria. In fact, this seems to be very cumbersome. If you should maybe address that, you should be really considered as one of the staff here. It means you are not. So what is wrong with us? Then it means the Constitution of Nigeria does not even recognize the real indigene of FCT. If the Constitution will stipulate that the indigene of FCT or FCT should be regarded as one of the state or should be treated as if it is one of the state, automatically I don't think we are really recognized here. And automatically, if this is not addressed, the resultant effect will be very negative. Quite okay. Because it does not give a room for an indigene of FCT to really participate in anything. For instance, the whole 36 states in Nigeria has 3 seats for Senate and about 6 or beyond in the House of Rep. In Abuja, it's only 1. And Rep, only 2. When it comes to maybe the State House of Assembly, like it is obtainable in all other states, if you go to maybe Nasarawa, Kogi, Lagos, whatever, they have State House of Assembly. When you come to the case of FCT, automatically it's not there. The question we, the indigene of FCT, are asking the whole Nigerians, what have we done wrong? Or do we have any state do we have any country in this world? Let's start from in Africa. Do we have any country in Africa that regards some of our citizens as second-class citizens? Because in a situation whereby you don't give priority to the people that host almost all the ministries, here, automatically it's a far cry. And the resultant effect will be very negative. It is better to address it now. That is our situation. It is very, very militating. As I'm speaking to you now, there is no constitutional provision that makes me to be a president or vice president or speaker or senator in this country. Why? Because FCT is not a state. And sometimes you look at it, are they playing us? Because it requires 25 states, including FCT, for any person to be declared as the president of this country. But when it comes to appointment, ministerial appointment, federal appointment, they will tell you FCT is not regarded as a state. What is wrong? Can they tell us any country in the world that is really facing what we are witnessing, it is not a good thing for Nigeria. Let's address the situation now before it goes wrong.
What is your first step towards addressing the situation?
Well, there should be constitutional amendment. To really address that case, FCT should be regarded as one of the states, as if it is one of the states. That place should be amended to really cater for the development of people of FCT. Because, in fact, everywhere in the Constitution does not regard the indigenous of FCT. And it's really where you can see the Bila is here, House of Assembly is here, everything is here, National Assembly is here, and the people that owns the land are not regarded. I don't think it's rational. For instance, they came and met us. Quite okay, we are after the development. If you meet any FCT indigene, if you are looking for the most peaceful set of people in Nigeria, come to FCT. We are not annoyed with you because you are on a story building. We are in our mood houses, no. But what is obtainable for other Nigerians should be given to FCT. Is it wrong to live peaceful with people, with the whole Nigerians? I used to tell people that if the seat of the federal capital should be moved to any other state in Nigeria, it cannot last for 24 hours if they are facing what we are facing, if they are witnessing what we are witnessing. In fact, since the creation of FCT, nothing like minister. You can even bail me out. Can you mention any former minister we have in FCT? No.
Indigene of
FCT. Mention any person that they even by mistake, they said, this is minister of FCT. After some hours, they say, no, it was a mistake. No. And when we are discussing about Nigeria, they will say we are all together. No, we are relegated to the background. In fact, sometimes I used to be quiet because I don't want to open God for it. If not, I will have asked, why am I born and brought up in FCT? Because I have no reason of being in FCT. That is just the reality. If you can be in FCT and you have denied some certain right, then what is the reason for your existence in that area? And even if you are contesting for councillorship in Abuja, it's open to all Nigerians. All Nigerians can come and contest. And you don't have right to go and contest in any other state of Nigeria.
But you can contest in FCT.
You can contest to FCT, and all other Nigerians can also come to contest in FCT. But you don't have right to go to any of the states in Nigeria to go and contest. In fact, many things have gone wrong with Nigerian constitution. It's just of recent that the court for FCT, if you are going for maybe university or others, there was no court for FCT. I have attended many interviews, and one day I said, you are from where? I say, I'm from FCT. They said, tell us the truth. Does that mean that before the movement of the seat of the federal government from Lagos to Abuja, does that mean that there were no people here? And let me address one issue that many people are getting it very wrong. Murtala Muhammad created this. That is, late Murtala Muhammad, President Murtala Muhammad. The initial plan was to really migrate the whole people of FCT. On that process, he was called to glory. And the former president, Obasanjo, came in. He looked at the expenses that were really, the total expenses that needed, the total expenses for migration, it was really too much. Then he made it optional. That if you are FCT indigene, you might go or remain behind. But if you are behind, if development catches with you, you'll be integrated. The questions I want to ask you now, what is integration? Are the people in FCT have been fully integrated? The only thing they will do is more of slavery. When development catches up with you, they will move you to a very typical village, maybe a bush, to exist there. After some certain thing, if development catches with you, they also move you to a village again. So there is nothing like integration. If you go to some core area in FCT, you cannot even eat food. You will shed tears because it's just like they are not in Nigeria. And there is no scholarship, there is no political appointment. In fact, we even find it very difficult to go to school. Take, for instance, University of Abuja. There should be some certain percentage that should be given to the indigenous of FCT. But when you get
as
there,
the host community.
yeah, as the host community. It's sustainable everywhere. In any country where you go to, some certain percentage will be given. Let me just give you some certain example also. We know that there are some certain states in Nigeria that they are not supposed to be given state. But because of the influence of one thing or the other, for instance, let's say crude oil. We have a state in Nigeria that is having only 8 area local government. But it has given that state, and we are not annoyed, we are not angry with it. It's a welcome development. What we are crying for is that what is meant for other Nigerians should also be given to the indigenous of FCT. That is the area we are crying. If you are giving this, why not? If you take examples of this, they are just going for crude oil, and it will get a time that it will finish, and you own your land. But in FCT, they collected your land, and this has been, it cannot get back to you again forever. And yet, you are not recognized in terms of federal appointment, in terms of everything. In fact, it is clear that in any ministry that is hosting in your state, what they are going to do is that from level 6 downward, should be almost 80-90% from that area. If you go to many ministries in Nigeria, in fact, you will not see Gwari, you will not see Gwanzara, you will not see Gede, you will not see Basa, you will not see Ibra, you will not see Koro. These are the indigenous tribes we have here. And the problem is that, what do you expect as time go beyond? Automatically, the future is not safe. And if there is going to be any problem in Nigeria, in FCT, automatically the whole Nigeria is affected.
All right, I quite understand your grievances. You have people, learned, and I'm sure you will have lawyers. You will have people who are learned enough for agitation. What have your people done so far?
It's okay. You see, one thing with Nigeria is that if you are not going through violence, you cannot be recognized. And that is what we are against in Nigeria. In FCT, that is why in my preamble, I said, if you are looking for the peaceful set of a human being in Nigeria, come to FCT. You will bear me witness that you have been in FCT for many years now in FCT. Have you been touched by any of the indigenous? No, because we are after development. So what we want to achieve is that we want to achieve it peacefully, not through violence. And that is the irony of Nigerian situation. If you are bringing something, if not, we have lawyers, in fact, we even have OIDA. That is a body set aside to fight for indigenous of this country, of this state. But automatically, most of the time, we are not given due consideration. And what we are totally against is to go through violence. If there is violence in FCT, automatically, FCT as a microcosm of Nigeria, the whole states will be affected. Then it means there is no security in Nigeria. I'm sending a signal to the government. This is the right time to address this issue. Because it will be too late after now.
All right.
Yeah.
The program is People, Politics and Power, and we are actually taking a look at FCT vis-a-vis restructuring and recognition as a state. We'll be back shortly. My guest is Muritala Usman Karshi. He is our guest from Abuja Municipal Area Council.
What we are talking about is a committee that will articulate what APC means by restructuring. Because we've realized that over a couple of days now, or if not weeks, when people use the word restructuring, we are no longer sure they are talking about the same thing. And people have gone about saying APC promised restructuring. So we need to sit down as a party to also develop a shared understanding of what we mean by restructuring in our manifesto. So this committee that is set up, that will now be chaired by the governor of Kaduna, I'll give you the list of the members of the committee, is mainly to define exactly what APC mean by restructuring, so that every member will know exactly what we mean. It is not a committee to set up modalities for restructuring. I need to make that very clear.
Now you're welcome back. The program People, Politics and Power continues now, and like I did say, Muritala Usman Karshi is my guest. Now, Muritala, many Nigerians are calling for restructuring of the Federation. In what areas do you think the FCT can benefit?
Quite okay. We deserve this restructuring more than any state in Nigeria. Let's start by the Constitution. The Constitution of Nigeria should be amended to address that area that says FCT should be regarded as one of the states, it should be treated as if it's one of the states. That status. We need.
It's as if.
It's as
not
if.
As
not
one.
as
one.
As one. You understand? That area should be addressed.
That if should be removed.
It should be totally eradicated, so that the FCT people, the indigenous of FCT, can also be considered like other Nigerians. That is two. And second, the policy of integration should be implemented to the fullest. If development catches with any of the villages, there should be what we call integration. It means provision of water, electricity, good road, whatever. In fact, an indigene of FCT should live side by side with the minister, with senators, with reps and other things. Not that if the development catches with some certain community, they will move them to some villages. And you know one thing, before the coming of the state of the federal territory to FCT, most of our parents were farmers. If you move them again, in most cases, they don't provide avenue for them to continue with their farming. And what is the alternative you are giving? If you are not giving that person, bring the children, give them scholarship to go to school. The school is not readily available. So what are you nursing? Automatically, you are giving way for nuisance to grow tomorrow. And if automatically it's on the high side, I don't think we are making FCT friendly enough for people to come on.
Now, what you are saying now is there is nothing that FCT is benefiting as the host community for the central government at the center.
There is nothing. There is nothing. For how many years now that they have shifted the seat of federal capital from Lagos to Abuja? If none of us was selected as a minister, then what is the essence? For how many years now, we don't even have FCT State of House of Assembly. Of what benefit? It's FCT. In fact, when they are doing federal appointment, you hardly see chance for FCT. You hardly see it. If you go, they'll tell you FCT is not a state. So of what benefit is this? To me, I don't see any benefit. And even there's an opportunity to change state, I will change and go to other state. But which state will you go there and they will recognize you as you're part of that state? No. Virtually, we are not getting anything. Virtually, we are not getting anything. So this issue should be readdressed. What I'm trying to put, in terms of FCT administration, should be fully democratized in the sense that let's have FCT House of Assembly. Meaning, we have our commissioners, we have our states, that is State House of Assembly, speakers, commissioners, some of us would made speakers, some would made commissioners, and let's even have FCT commission so that we can be discussing our matters. In fact, FCT is a place, it's a small place that can easily be controlled. By the time you give them their right and privilege, you go and contest, bring your State House of Assembly, bring your speaker, give us 3 or 5 senators, give us reps and other things. I don't think this will be here to discuss this issue. But in a situation whereby this thing is denied, the implication may not be immediately. But as time unfolds, automatically, it's just like it's a time bomb wanting to really exploit.
Can we be right to say that agitation for state status has not been intense because political office holders within the FCT are not indigenous?
Well, one thing is that, if you really get me clear, what I'm trying to put across is that the right that is given to all other states should also be given to FCT.
You have said
what
so.
I'm trying to put across is that when it comes to senator, if you are going to maybe contest for senator, you must be from here. If you are coming to contest for rep, let it be from here. In that aspect, you are reducing problems in Nigeria, and you are taking them in government, let them participate together. And the senator should not be one. Because if you go to maybe Senate now, and it's only one senator is talking about something, it's as nothing. One person cannot form anything.
All right, I will reframe that question. Yeah. The senator, I think that is Philip. Is he from FCT?
He's from FCT.
Okay. Yeah. What of the 2 House of Reps?
They are from FCT.
Then what of the 6 area council chairmen?
Yeah, they are from FCT.
I think these are enough to fight your case.
Well, what I'm trying to let you know is that in some other cases, because you will contest with other Nigerians.
Yeah.
If you are not lucky, automatically any other Nigerian can get that.
But
in that
FCT DJs are in charge now.
FCT India are in charge now.
Yes.
Quite okay are in charge. But it's not enough. Okay. If other states in Nigeria will have 3 senators, about 7, 8 rep, why is it that it's not obtainable in FCT? What have FCT done wrong that does not deserve that? That is the area we are just saying. We are not saying that all other senators in states should be no. What you are giving to Kano, you are giving to Lagos, you are giving to Anambra, should also be given to the people of FCT because we are also Nigerians.
All right, when we talk about restructuring, there is this aspect of restructuring that is resource control.
Yeah.
Will you appreciate resource control?
Resource control, is it by the by the state?
Because if you want to embrace resource control, what kind of resources does FCT have?
If you are talking about resources, I think FCT has the best offer because automatically the land in FCT. Land in FCT is enough to cater for the development in FCT.
And what will you be doing with land? Would that land just be the only resource that you have that you want to control?
No, not only land. I told you that Nigeria has been, FCT has been marginalized in almost all aspects of human endeavor, be it political, education, economic, whatsoever you think of. That is why I say sometimes if you are called upon to speak on behalf of FCT, you don't even know where to start. Because there is not, in fact, the constitution of this country does not favor any person from FCT. But in terms of resource control, for instance, let me give you a clean example with myself. My own dad had about 7 hectares of land. But when the development really caught up with this area, government came and picked the whole land without giving even 1% of that land to we. What are you expecting us to do? I'm not the only person. We are many. What do you... It means it's not sustainable. Quite okay, I have grew up in my father's house. Where will I build myself? What of my children? What we are trying to put across that. But if this opportunity is given to people of FCT automatically, or you can say, if you have so land, let's so percentage be given to government and so percentage, because we have I have no any other state to go and claim apart from FCT. These are the areas we're talking about. Let some of our land really be controlled by the indigene to a certain level.
It's all right, but you will discover, because I asked you before, that what have you people done so far? You were talking about you are peace-loving, you don't want any fight. Yeah. Up till now, can you refer to some papers you have presented, some requests you have made, maybe to National Assembly or to where?
Yeah, we have made several requests to National Assembly. We have made it clear. Even during Bala Mohammed, I was one of them. When we were discussing about issue of land, issue and what we discussed and we show, we thought the implications of all this. He was talking about land swap. Then the question we're asking is that, what are you swapping? If you want to swap something for something, it means there is something that you are going in exchange for something. Yeah, but this land swap, we don't understand the concept of land swap. We want to get it clear. These are the areas where, and we have tackled that to a certain situation. There are many papers that we have written. There are many conferences that we have attended in order to really solve this problem. The essence of doing all this is that if you look at all our presentation, our whatever, our conferences have been peaceful demonstration. We have never used anything, any form, any whatever. But it is high time for government to look at our faces. Let's have smiling on our faces. We are not happy. And an angry dog, when you are pushing somebody and it has been patient for a very long period of time, the resultant effect, it is quite unexpected.
But you will discover that at the end of the day, let's agree that for now you don't have a governor because it is not a state.
Yeah. There is FCT, just like there is no government in FCT. Yeah.
There is government, there is FCT administration doing what you want governor to do, CFO.
You see, what I'm trying to do.
Every other thing that a governor is supposed to do is being handled by the FCT minister.
Let me ask you one simple question. Can you mention any country in the world that the administrator, in terms of democracy, it is not elected by the indigene of that place? As long as we are concerned, the FCT ministers, no, nobody elected him to be there. We want somebody that we can elect based on his record, his performances, his experience. Somebody that is from here, that will understand us better, let him come and represent us. Look at what was in Lagos. Lagos had dual opportunity. State, federal. Why is that it's not obtainable in FCT? Is it because we are peace-loving people? You see, so as far as government is concerned, there is no government because FCT, any person can be FCT minister. We are not saying, quite okay, let's have FCT State House of Assembly so that we can elect. These people will represent our interests. Virtually, there is nothing. You go to many places, there are many graduates sitting at home, going to farm without getting job because nobody is representing them. In fact, 70% of the indigent of FCT are concentrated in primary schools. Teachers, you see somebody, barista in primary school, teaching in primary school, social study in primary school. It's uncalled for. It's really uncalled for. Barista teaching in primary school. And you know one thing? They will take you to an area where it's not long, maybe it's not motorable. They say, it's FCT now. You say you are from FCT. You understand the terrain better. But when it comes to where it will benefit the people of FCT, they are not there. In fact, we are cheated. In fact, there is slavery in the country up to now.
You consider that slavery?
It's even more than slavery. It's more than
You have
slavery.
your freedom.
We don't have the freedom.
You have your freedom.
We don't have
Nobody
freedom.
will coerce you to do this or not to do this. You are being treated like as
We are not
Nigerians.
treated. We are not treated like Nigerians. We are not at all. If you are treated like Nigeria, why don't you have all this that I have mentioned? If you are treated like Nigeria, why is it that all other states in Nigeria have 3 senators and FCT 1? If you are treated like Nigerian, why is that the numbers of reps in Nigeria are not 2? If you are treated like Nigerians, why is that we don't even have the State House of Assembly? If you are treated like Nigerians, why is it that we are not giving political appointment? Minister, I called you, I said, mention any former minister that you know in FCT. You say you don't know. It means we haven't since the creation of FCT. And it's uncalled for. In fact, I'm here to see any country like Nigeria, where some people will regard it as the first class, while some people will regard it as slaves. I've never seen that. It's all in Nigeria. But where we are afraid is that the resultant effect. What will be the resultant effect? Is it when it occurs that they'll try to find solution? No. If you deny somebody, in fact, how many are we in FCT? By the time you said you have created FCT Assembly, you have created maybe FCT Commission, in terms of federal appointment, ministerial appointment, give them, whatever, give them. The federal ministry, the level 6 downward, should be from the FCT, 70% of from FCT. Nobody will cry. Everybody will be happy with this comment. But where we are not happy is that the Constitution of Nigeria does not recognize an indigent of FCT. There is no place.
No, I think they are recognized, at least to an extent, in the sense that, Maritala, if you have the area council chairman 6, they are all from FCT.
Yeah.
The 2 House of Reps members are from FCT,
Yeah.
FCT indigents.
Yeah.
The only senator is FCT indigent.
Yeah.
I think, why don't you blame the political of this office holders first, while you go on with your agitation? Because you have some people right now on ground.
The people we are going to blame first is the government.
Good.
That is
I
the
agree.
government.
I'm not saying no.
You understand?
How are your people? What have they been doing since?
You know, they are trying their possible best.
How?
They are trying their possible best. In fact, just of recent, I listened to our Senator Philip.
Yeah.
That is talking about marginalization. Let's assume it's not from FCT. He wouldn't have said that. But what we are trying, what we want Nigerian to understand is that one person alone cannot really go for something and achieve it. He needs some subordinate, like other states. If other states will be given 3, why not 3 in FCT? And if you take a look, if you look at the Abuja, FCT, Abuja is more than 11 states in Nigeria. More than 11 states in Nigeria. In terms of size and whatever. In terms of population, oh my God. You understand? But the problem is that we have only 6 area council. 6 area council. Abuja should be a place of like 20 area council. And if you go beyond, you ask yourself, why is it that all other areas are called local government and Abuja is called area council? There are certain privileges and rights that you cannot really achieve in FCT. That is why, if not, why other states are called local government, and Abuja is called area council. Go to this, and you find reasons attached to it.
Now, what will you want to put on record that FCT, indigents of FCT, are actually contributing to the development of Nigeria? Yes, you are hosting the federal capital.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Let me say, there is nothing as good as...
Because you mentioned land.
Yeah.
And that's all.
Yeah. No, automatically, if anybody should come to you and seize your land, it has seized everything. Because all other development is on land. And one thing is that I want the people to really help people of FCT is that we are peace-loving people. No any state in Nigeria that if they move this seat of federal capital to either north, south, east, whatever, it cannot last for 24 hours if they are going to face what we are facing now. Nobody. But just because, in fact, they have taken our morality for stupidity, for whatever, I don't even understand. That's why I told you that if not, I'm afraid not to offend my God. If not, I said, why am I created as from FCT? Because I have not seen any dividend of democracy. In fact, there is no democracy in FCT.
People, Politics and Power is the program, and I have as my guest this a supervisor from Abuja Municipal Area Council, AMAC. His name is Muritala Usman Karshi.
But I'll tell the indulgence that the first thing we need to do is to build a party. Because when we have a strong party, I believe that when the party is strong, everything will be added to that. Whether people have individual or group interests on one way or the other, as politicians we must have, these are very basic things. But first and foremost is for us to strengthen the party. Let us cooperate with the Capital Committee and make sure that PDP becomes very cohesive. And when that happens, people who appear to even stepping aside, they step back. We may not even need to go on the voice of discovery to discover people, but they themselves will come back. Because a strong party acts like a magnet. It will attract all the people who are interested. So all our efforts within this period will be geared towards building a solid party. Nigerians still believe in the PDP. Because when the Supreme Court judgment was given, I was very surprised. Some of the people who have my numbers who sent text messages to me and spoke with me, they are not even politicians. But they are so happy that PDP has come on straight. Because they were worried that PDP would go down the drain. So if we were not even politicians, not to have been members of the party, we are so happy that PDP has now gotten a platform to operate. Then of course we know that in spite of the negative propaganda against us on how I would say on every second we do one thing or the other. In spite of that, PDP is a party that Nigerians still believe in. I'm convinced that PDP is still the largest party because there is no voting unit you go in this country that will not see PDP members.
The issue of zoning has been contentious within the PDP as different groups took divergent positions. A group within the PDP had argued that the North cannot take both the national chairmanship position and still retain the presidential slot ahead 2019 polls as recommended by the Senator Ike Ekweremadu post-election committee in 2015. But just as this group enjoyed the support of former PDP ministers, the other group, which endorsed the present position with the backing of some governors and party key figures, also argued that the choice of northern chairman between now and 2018 will promote PDP's acceptability in the north. However, there was a consensus that the party should be kept intact.
Leaving PDP is not the answer. I would like to appeal to everyone that intends to leave PDP should stop that. We must unite ourselves. We must come together as men and women of this party so that we can all work together in order to build PDP.
As we approach our national convention, it's expected that we'll have disagreements. But the important thing is that when we have this agreement, we must come to agreement. That is the resilience for which PDP is known.
As party, as Democrats, we are bound to have disagreements and agreements on issues. But once the party takes any position as party members and team players, we are bound to follow the decision of the party.
The zoning committee members had met and reached an agreement, which was the basis of discussion at Thursday's National Executive Committee meeting. After an opening session, the meeting was held behind closed doors.
The Nigeria of our dream, the Nigeria we need, is the united, indissoluble, and cohesive Nigeria which guarantees equity, fairness, justice, and prosperity for its citizens. That is our focus on people, politics, and power. It is fresh, insightful, impactful. It's a must watch. People, politics, and power on AIT. Join us to build bridges of unity.
The program is People, Politics, and Power, and the program continues now, as I really want to put it across to Muritala that, yes, initially, we are trying to leave area of governance, of registered your grievances, agreed. But there are some issues that could be a bit domestic that people want to know. How did your people take the announcement of Abuja as the seat of power that year?
Well, study and research have shown they're quite okay. They really
We'll be very happy.
Yeah, they really welcomed the development. Nobody knew that we are going to be suffering like this. Nobody knew that it will come to a time whereby the people of FCT will not be recognized as Nigerians, as first-class Nigeria. Nobody knew that. In fact, we are thinking that if they are going to give one slot to any other state, FCT will be two. Because the acceptance we have made so far. They have tried many other states in Nigeria, but they rejected. Now, FCT accepted this, the new Federal Capital Territory. So for that reason, they should look at that and do what is needful, not to just treat them. Because to that acceptance alone is a credit to us. But the reverse is the case. So had it been our people knew that this is what we're going to face, automatically I don't think it will have been a welcome idea. I don't think it will have been a welcome idea. Because we have, the essence of doing any other thing is to gain the opportunity, is to gain the advantage of doing it. But we have welcomed people, we have accepted and other things. But what we are seeing in return is uncalled for.
Now, there have been a lot of people being relocated.
Yeah.
How has payment of compensation been?
In fact, it was the most, in fact, poorly organized. I talk with evidence. You can go to some people that have migrated to either New Karachi, people that have migrated to Wuse, people that have migrated to Karo. Go and check that building. In fact, it's uncalled for. For instance, if you go to my house and maybe my father has 2 wives, 10 children, what they will do is that they will look at my father and look at how many of them are matured. They will provide small houses for them. What of those who are growing? It is not sustainable. If they grow, where would they go? And ask them. Most of them were farmers. What did they really give them in return? Did they give them piece of plot for farming? And the irony of it all is that if somebody has been migrated, if giving him small coin, very imperial building, whatever, and economically, you don't give him area to farm. You're not giving him school for scholarship and other things. What are you trying to do to that person? But to me, I said, had it been we knew, we'll have migrated also. Because some of my colleagues today are commissioner in states, some of my colleagues today are representing the IPS. But it's a far cry in FCT here. You cannot do that. It's better because despite the fact that in terms of composition, they were cheated to the core, but they are participating in the government of their states. If they deny you parts to participate in the government of a country, I don't think you can be regarded as the citizen of that country.
All right. You've talked about marginalization.
Yeah.
We are not saying here, we want to go national now,
Yeah.
and we are not saying here that Southeasterners have been calling for Biafra Republic because of marginalization. Whether it is for that or not, that is not what we are saying now. But how do you see the agitation for self-determination by people of Biafra?
It's okay. That is the beauty of democracy. The beauty of democracy, you come out and say what is really disturbing you. I'm not saying it's good or bad, but they should look at it with reasons to see what is really, because the most important thing we are just looking is that Nigeria will only exist if there is peace. They should look at what are they really looking for. Is it constitutional? Is it obtainable? If it is obtainable, they should give it to them. But what I'm trying to put across is that to create another Nigeria called Biafra, I'm not in support of that. Do you know why? To me, it cannot solve Nigerian problem. The first question I want to ask is that if there is Biafra, where will be the state capital? That is the capital of the Biafra.
Yeah, to be with the Biafra.
There will be problem. Who becomes the first president?
Well,
I'm asking
Biafrans
okay.
whether they are going to
and what is the scope? Does it cover only Southeast or including South-South? You know, all this, when you look at it closely, automatically, it's just like problem. You are just changing, problem is just changing them. But the only thing you do is that, what do you need in Nigeria? The whole Nigerians should come together and look at it. If it is within the constitution, they should be given that right. Let's take a case of South Sudan. They really agitated for this country. But any person that sees what is going in Southern Sudan today is not happy with it. But they never knew that something like this will come about. This is where we are afraid. This is where we are afraid. That is why I'm not in support of creating another country from Nigeria called Biafra. I'm not in support because it is not a solution.
So that means we should not be expecting your agitation for FCT Republic.
Well, if you look at, based on what we have said so far, we are not saying we are going to create another Nigeria. That is what I want to declare. No any member of FCT said that you should give us this right or we'll create another Nigeria. No. But we want people of Nigeria to see reason with us. Sometimes I used to ask my friends, what will be your position if you are naturally being an indigene of FCT? No answer. There is no answer. We are not fighting. We are not doing whatever. But we want other Nigerians. We are not saying that so positions and others should not be given to us. No. But give to us what you are giving to others. That is our cry. Biafra, the South is what are they looking for? They should look within the Constitution and see what is obtainable. Where are the area they think they are marginalized? Government should look at that and provide lasting solution to that. But creating another Nigeria from Nigeria, I'm not in support. Because research have shown that in terms of creating another country from a country, automatically, it will lead to many.
So getting to know their problems and find solutions, that is the best as you are concerned. As a matter of fact, your chairman was on radio this morning and was saying something like his people are disenfranchised, they can't vote in their governor.
Yeah.
So they just put somebody over them and say, this is your leader in form of FCT administration. Well, we'll give you the last line. Who do you want to talk to now? National Assembly, acting president, they are watching you.
The whole Nigerians.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm talking to the whole Nigerians.
Yeah.
That they should see reasons with FCT. The first thing in FCT is that the constitution should be amended to address the status of FCT. We want to know our status. We want to know. Secondly, we want to be fully integrated. Any area that it catches up with the development, it should be. In fact, we want to be side by side with minister, side by side with senators, and what have you. The administration of FCT should be democratized in the sense that the people should be given that right and privilege to vote for their governor, to vote for their state house of assembly. I am not, most of the ministers here, if you tell them some certain areas that exist, some certain villages that exist within FCT, they don't even know. But if it were to be governor from this state, automatically he must have known.
And who must have gone around to campaign.
Campaign.
Seeking for votes.
Seeking for vote and other things. In fact, FCT, commission, whatever, it should be given to us to address this problem. FCT is not total. In fact, there is no integration in FCT. Up till now, we don't even have state university in FCT. And if you go to any other university in Nigeria, FCT is not catchment area. And even in the federal university we have in Gogolada here, we are not even recognized. How do we grow? If the future is not safe, there is a problem. We are not looking at today, but we are looking at tomorrow. What happened to our young ones? What happened to our children? Do you think if this continues, it will be a good level for development in Nigeria? No. I am calling the whole Nigerians that this is the right time to really address this problem. Most cases in Nigeria will not be addressed until when it's gone beyond something, and the resultant effect is really very negative. So I'm calling on all Nigerians, the senator, the president, our legislature to come together to see reasons with people of FCT. They should be really, the constitution should be amended to really provide rights and privileges of people of FCT. There should be integration. There should be FCT administration through democracy, voting. Let our people vote whoever they want to vote.
Yes.
And with this, I think, and also in terms of appointment, if you come here now, all states in Nigeria, you say this minister is from this state, this minister is from this state, this minister is, you are in your own land, minister from all villages, why you don't have, and you host all these ministers. What do you think? Can this patient continue forever? No. What do we do? This is the right time to address the issue.
Well, Nigerians, you've heard, and people in positions of authority have also heard. My guest has been Murtala Usman Karshi from Abuja Municipal Area Council, and he has been talking about the status of the Federal Capital Territory. Murtala, thank you very much. Thank you so much for coming on to the program.
Thank you.
I am John Bello. We hope you want to join us when we bring you yet another edition of People, Politics, and Power. Bye for now.